Hey, Kimberly. I don't know if I should call you Kim or Kimberly, so I'm not gonna call you Kim if that kind of like is not your thing. So I wanted to kind of reply to your temptation post. So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna bring up your channel, and that way I don't have to write everything down and then read it as I talk. I can just listen to you. But I'm gonna try to make sure the volume is down. Sorry.
Oh, you forgive me.
Oh, I forgive you.
The second time recording, the first time audio for some reason didn't take it.
So I'm just gonna let that play.
Make this
I love that you're making a list of what to do to combat, because I don't know, that one time with the chocolate, I just felt so underprepared. I mean, I have been eating great, so I haven't had a lot of cravings, but it's funny how they can just catch you kind of off guard all of a sudden. And if you're unprepared, well, it's really a lot harder to deal with it. So, you asked about how, okay, I can't hear you and talk to you, so maybe I'll just look at your page here and what I said. Okay, so you asked if I had anyone that sabotaged me. Well, yeah, I do actually. My boyfriend. And unfortunately, it happens. I mean, he doesn't do it on purpose, but it happens a lot, and it sucks because sometimes I kind of resent him for it. Now, he doesn't have a weight problem. He's never had a weight problem. He's a skinny guy. I mean, he can work out for 4 weeks and get all buff and toned and lose any weight that he's carrying around, you know, in his belly or whatever. And the guy just eats whatever he wants all the time. I mean, plus he's lazy. So, you know, we don't have kids or anything. We don't have to make dinner at home, but it's something that I like doing because, first of all, I'm cheap. I don't like paying to go out to dinner. It kind of bugs me that in this society, you know, we think it's fun to go out and pay someone to basically serve us. And I don't know. I'd rather just serve myself, I guess. I do a lot of dinner parties and stuff for friends, and I like serving friends and stuff. So I guess that's just my style. But, you know, if it were up to him, we'd be going to the pub like 3-4 times a week. And, you know, if I'm not in control of the way that we eat or I eat, you know, then we're going to just be ordering pizza and Vietnamese like every night, you know, because at the end of the day we're both tired, and it's like, oh, I don't want to cook, or oh, we don't have anything at home, or blah blah blah. I mean, and then we'll just eat whatever. And I mean, the guy can eat an extra large pizza and just have no freaking problem the next day. He eats poutine like 3 times a week, I'm sure. He goes out. He has a 9-to-5 job downtown, and you know, I know that he goes out for lunch almost every single day and just has whatever he wants. Meanwhile, I'm at home, you know, eating salads and carrots and whatever else all day. Well, I don't know, it's caused quite a bit of commotion in our relationship, especially, you know, during the first 30 days, because he just does not understand how serious it is and how much I have to focus on it. To him, it's just like, well, oh, you're just eating salads all the time, and that's just what you're doing. But he doesn't understand that, you know, the anxiety and the stress and the guilt, and he doesn't understand all of this, you know. And in a lot of ways, he will sabotage me purely out of just wanting to be nice to me and wanting to treat me. He'll bring me home a treat. Well, I had to put an end to that, you know, like no food treats coming home. And, you know, I really had to stress to him, you know, we cannot have cookies and snacks and stuff at home. So our deal was that if he wants to eat junk food and crap, then he has to do that, you know, while he's at work, on his lunch break, or when he goes out with friends. He cannot do that with me. He cannot even suggest that we go out to eat or go to the pub to eat. I mean, and he's been really good. I mean, you know, the first 30 days was so stressful between us because, well, there's two reasons. One, because I finally had to realize that, you know, I could not use him as an excuse not to do this. I could not use him as an excuse to give up. And, you know, I do that. If we have a fight or whatever and I'm trying to quit smoking, especially, I'll go out and buy a pack of cigarettes, you know, just because I'm fighting with him. Not because I want them, but it's like an excuse to give up, you know. And the other reason it's scary is because he works with a lady, and, you know, I know her pretty well. And she just lost a lot of weight. And, you know, that resulted in her and her husband splitting up, you know. And as far as I know, I mean, I haven't talked to her a lot, but as far as I know, what happened between them is that, you know, she decided she wanted to be healthy and she wanted to lose weight and she wanted to make all these changes, and he just didn't. He just, you know, was very comfortable in his life, and he didn't see a need to support her and jump on the wagon with her. And maybe, you know, they had a million other problems, but it does seem like a common thing that when people lose a large amount of weight or work towards losing a large amount of weight, that their relationships suffer. And that's probably mainly due to the fact that the other person is kind of sabotaging them or just not supporting them enough or doesn't know how to. So, I mean, it's hard, and temptation is just ridiculous in itself. I love that list that you made up, and I think I'm gonna add to it. You know, I think I'm gonna make my own list. I've been pretty good for it, but I like the idea of having it kind of in my bag on a little piece of paper, and I can pull it out and just review it. I especially think the one about waiting 20-30 minutes is a great idea. I mean, I try to eat every hour, and, you know, even if I'm still hungry after that hour, I eat one thing, or one serving, or one, you know, meal. And even if I feel like I'm hungry after that, I really got into the habit of making myself stop for a whole entire hour after. And this has really, really helped me, because usually in an hour I'm full again, and I don't feel like eating again. So I think that's a really good one, is making yourself wait. I mean, for me, I do have to give myself something to eat, you know? Like, I can't just wait 20-30 minutes if I'm hungry or think I'm hungry. I do know now, after this long of doing this time, I do know now when I'm hungry, my body is hungry, and when I'm just bored or tired or emotional or whatever else, or just, you know, having a craving. I do know the difference now. And even when I'm having a craving, I do find it's really helpful to, you know, eat like 5 cherries or a handful of blueberries or a small piece of fruit or a cracker with cream cheese and vegetables on it or something, and then wait an hour and see how I feel. So, I don't know, that works really well for me. Gum works really well. Gum is awesome. You know, I have a pretty bad oral fixation. And gum does work, you know, considering I can't have candy. Well, it's good. It's good having gum, something in my mouth, you know. So yeah, I'm going to think about more things and maybe answer your post a little more about what I do to try to avoid temptation. I think it's really great to focus on it, because the crappy thing about it is that it's when you think you have the best handle on it that it really comes and reaches out and grabs you. When you are confident that you have overcome temptation and giving in, well, that's when you just have the mother of all temptations, and, you know, everything fucks up. So, again, you know, I know it's going to happen. I'm going to be tempted. I'm going to have bad times. But as long as I know inside, deep down, that, you know, I prevented 95% of them, then I'm good. So, anyways, I'm going to think of some more and get back to you.